Ready, set, go.
Oh, so close. Welcome back to Stanley. Oh, wait, no, it's... Damn it, I have to go all the way up. There we go.
Am
Am or pm. Hang on. Terribly. Why wouldn't they just have... They didn't want to get the voice actor to just say this? Before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the...
Why did they ask us?
I did in fact do that.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day.
Oh, we did it twice.
But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. To tell you what, I'll make you a deal.
Oh, boy.
What?
I don't like making deals in this game.
Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time.
Do you have a favorite time?
2:26.
I do not.
Is a good time of day.
I think
Because it's like, that's like prime of the day.
2:26.
2:26.
I don't know. I think that I like 7. 7 seems like a
The
time
evening
when...
is nice.
7's usually a time when, by that point,
Are you
7
saying
p.m.
7
of course,
p.m.,
7
yeah.
a.m. can fuck right off.
7 a.m.
7 p.m. Usually by that time I have eaten at least once,
Yeah.
and that's a significant difference maker.
Yeah. That's fair. Go ahead. Pick whichever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it.
Well,
Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now.
7 p.m.
Thank you.
It's not far from where we are now.
No, it is in fact 7:30 p.m. as of right now. Nice. I was worried that it wouldn't start back on Stanley Parable 2. Welcome back to Stanley Parable 2.
All right, so we went through the museum last time.
Yeah,
and
there's
now
all
we're
these
just
balloons.
playing Stanley Parable.
Get
2.
well someday.
That's just the way.
Perhaps he had simply
Me
missed the
too.
memo.
We're walking fast. Faces past. Ah, yes, the bucket.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
And it has the stickers, both to remind us that it is our bucket, and the sticker to remind us that it is, in fact, a bucket. Both of those stickers are here.
Yeah, the bucket sticker I think is the most
This looks
important.
new.
Yeah,
I can't put my finger on it, though, but it feels new.
you literally can't put your finger on it. There's no
I can't.
button to do so.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Like... Yeah?
So I mean, this obviously is the classic point at which you have to make the first big decision of the game, and
Exactly.
and I will say that if my experience in real life is any indication, this first step is the thing that's going to send you either down the dark path or the not so dark path.
Right, I'm just trying to figure out, like, what... Because something's got to be new about either route. Because it's the sequel to the game.
Right. Which route did we prefer last time? Which was the winning route last time?
I mean,
Left?
Yeah, because if you're... Well, no. Because the right path is where things actually get meta.
Right, that's where we established that we don't have to listen to the narrator.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The left is just with, they reveal the mind control and whatnot, and there's nukes or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm voting for the right path.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but
I know
Stanley
this.
felt the bucket calling to him,
Mm,
telling
yes.
him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
I trust the
that
bucket.
might be true.
Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than
Always.
the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Thank you, Bucket.
The bucket is really a game changer.
No,
Literally.
never mind. The bucket was
I
wrong.
want to see the world
Stanley
this
took the
be
door on his
the
left
case where the
to go
bucket is
back
the
to the
only thing that
meeting room.
changes.
Hang on a
1 and
moment.
2.
Hang on.
Well, a door.
Hang on. This is... I don't remember this.
Nah, this was here.
But it wasn't... I don't remember it being
Said
this...
the
Oh.
bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift.
Okay.
Yes. Go
So-
there. Go to the cargo lift.
So, in order to justify you not doing what you're told, the narrator has now made up this sentient bucket
Yeah.
narrative.
Good.
Where
Ride the
It's,
lift all the way to
it's
the
the
top.
bucket.
There's
It's telling
something
you.
up there.
Yes,
to do.
good.
Oh, you should turn
Stanley
on
did
your
not
input
question
capture
why
a
or
little bit.
how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him. of course,
There's only
because
so
the
much we
mic
can do.
on.
Oh.
Oh,
Stanley
yeah!
was
I wasn't sure I could...
fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Nice.
Stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no
Oh.
buckets past this point.
Shit.
Well,
Stanley,
he's-
how could you
he's
think
doing
it's a
that
good
now.
thing to bring the bucket here? Unless...
What?
if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket?
That's what
I
the
suppose that
stickers
would
are
explain
for.
enough
That's
about
what the
your
sticker is
behavior
for.
up to
That
this
has been
point.
established.
If that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This
Okay.
misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So
Sure.
much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket.
I'll take your word
Step
for
in
it.
here for a moment.
Where? Oh!
Well, I think this is the point at which we probably do have to define what is and isn't a bucket.
I'm gonna say the thing that we are holding in our hands is a bucket.
And is it because it has a sticker of a bucket on
That's
it?
that's a supplementary reason.
Right,
but-
but not the primary reason.
No.
Okay, so what's making it a bucket?
What makes a bucket is, I guess, what we're asking.
That is the question, exactly. And so for me, I think that it actually is quite subjective. But
Sure.
unfortunately, because this bucket
the same
has
way
the
of,
bucket
like-
sticker,
I think it's as subjective as you could say of, like, what a sandwich is, you know? People have the whole, like, alignment chart of what can
I
and
think
can't
this
be
is far more
a
complicated than a sandwich, actually.
Let's get a third opinion.
I'm sure we're about to... Oh, boy.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test
Okay.
scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Okay.
Simple enough.
Alright, I
This
wasn't
should tell us
prepared.
everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay,
This is
let's
like-
begin.
This is like those "Are you a robot?" verification things.
Item 1. Is
I am.
this
I'm a
bucket?
robot, for sure.
Is this bucket?
Well, no, just for a second. Consider the fact that it's not a bucket. That it's actually just...
Well, then what's the point?
Could be well, that's the thing. Can you walk up to it? Can you go closer?
No, I
He's
can't
not
leave
letting
the
you
I can't leave
actually
the
observe
runway.
The bucket. I would say that we can't know, so we have to turn around and go somewhere else. It's ridiculous. There's no way that
I can't leave.
he's not letting us leave.
Of course, he's not letting us leave.
Alright,
This
let's
is
tell him that
this is not an
it-
unprecedented.
In order to support our ability to go into the other room that says no buckets, I would say that because this resembles the thing that we're currently holding, which we're going to argue is not a bucket, despite
What?
it
Why are
can't-
we arguing that the thing that we have in our hands is not a bucket?
Because if it is a bucket, then we can't go
What the
through
fuck
that
is the point of
door.
this sticker then?
Like what I'm getting at is we gotta play by his rules until we can't. That's the best way to dupe this guy, as far as I remember. Right.
So
You
we're
gotta
saying-
lull him into a false sense of security. And I would say,
Okay,
in this case,
I see what you're saying.
let's say it's not a bucket. I don't think it is. Maybe it's not. You know?
All right, what's he gonna?
It is a hologram of a bucket.
Fucking
I knew it.
not
I
an
fucking knew
actual
it.
bucket.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah, I knew that that was exactly the thing I was predicting.
Hologram of a bucket.
Yeah,
I hate
it-
that.
I mean, my prediction was like
Is
cardboard
this
cutout. This is a
bucket?
cardboard cutout. Still not a bucket. Continue to say no.
Correct. It is a 3D
I hate this.
printed
It's a
variation
3D
of a bucket, not an actual.
But it functions as a bucket.
It's not. No,
If it's a 3D printed,
the 3D. Right. What this is the thing is that again, his intention to define what is and isn't a bucket is already breaking down. So
are we gonna keep
it's
saying
not a bucket.
It's not a bucket.
Nothing's a bucket.
Incorrect.
This was a bucket.
This one was a bucket, so he says, but he could be wrong.
On what basis?
Well, what is a bucket?
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
This is a bucket.
Yes.
We might as well just say this is a bucket at this point. No.
Hallucinating. This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
Incredible. Alright.
Like we are
The next
establishing.
one is gonna be.
Is this a
At
bucket?
the very least, we're establishing that we don't know what is and isn't a bucket.
Exactly.
Okay, at this to throw him off this time, let's say no. This one's not a bucket.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
Yeah.
You see,
I knew.
it's
Because I'm following the comedy
Yeah,
sequence
right.
here.
That's right. We're doing it the way we
Item
should.
6. Is this a bucket?
No, it's not a bucket.
No,
Very
it can't
clearly
be a
not.
bucket.
Trick question.
There we go.
Both. Gotcha.
What?
What? Right.
Hang on.
See,
That was
this is-
Schrodinger's bucket,
This
I
is
guess.
making it really
Item-
easy at
Wait,
this
hold
point
on,
for
I
us
can't
to just
find the next
disregard
one.
that
Let's
sign
see,
in the
it should be
previous
around here
room. But the
somewhere.
question is, how do we get out of this room now?
Yeah. Well, now he's trying to. Well, maybe while he's. Hang on. This is a bucket.
Okay, you
Shit.
and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something, and therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
He's asking us to choose. Well, this is no. The answer is no.
I think that he's gonna be. I think that he's actually gonna be impressed by our deconstruction of the concept of bucket if we, in fact, say that nothing is a bucket.
But I think a proper deconstruction of the concept of a bucket acknowledges that there may be something that we don't know of that could be, or very possibly is, in fact, a bucket.
I'm not following you.
So to say that nothing is a bucket
Right.
is to accept that we
Specifically
have knowledge.
to say that nothingness.
It's to assert that we have knowledge of all things if we say that nothing is a bucket,
Sure.
which we don't. We don't know
Okay.
everything, so no,
Fine.
we're not saying.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out.
You and me
I've lost
both,
Yeah,
bud.
this was his doing.
perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago, I could answer these questions with confidence. And
Exactly.
now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of
I'm
us
really
know
glad
what
that this
bucket
is a bucket
Am I
central
a bucket?
narrative here.
It's
I
the
can't keep doing this.
And it was
I'm
alluding
losing
to it the whole
myself.
time.
Yeah.
so we
Was
were
all
leading
I
up to
ever
this.
had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that.
we didn't
I'm
have
sorry.
much of a
I'm
relationship
going
to
erase
start.
all buckets from the game entirely.
You don't have to do
Here
that.
we go.
Man's having a hard time finding the
happened?
nuance.
Is everything gone? Why did everything
everything
disappear?
was
Wait,
Everything was a
Everything
bucket.
was a bucket the whole.
Was
every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my god, I had no idea. How could...
I knew it.
Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley,
Mm.
you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets.
That is good
Yes,
news.
I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So,
No.
tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll
No,
put
that
back
seems
all of the
dangerous.
buckets, okay?
Nice.
And we'll know
Okay.
that it's all a bucket. But if you run
Right.
into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm glad we got that sorted.
That's
Here we go again.
That wasn't easy. That was one of the more hidden, like, ways to go.
Stanley decided to go to
Get
the
in
meeting
there.
room.
Obviously, we have to
Perhaps he had
continue
simply
on the
Obvi-
bucket path.
yeah, you gotta grab the
Yeah, I
bucket.
think the bucket
All
is important.
seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
I mean, we've been embracing the bucket all along.
Tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I kind of want to see what the bucket treatment.
I think go right again, because
Go
we
right
gotta go
again.
through that door
You're right.
with the sign.
You're
now
right.
that we've established.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the
Well, actually, we've
ongoing
established that
lounge
everything was
simply
bucket,
the
so
place
now
to
we gotta
be. And here
face
it
those
was. Had the
consequences.
bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Okay.
Stanley took
The
the door
bucket
on his
was
left
wrong.
to go back to the meeting room.
Do we keep going to our?
Yeah, let's do the thing.
Okay.
Let's try to go through the door.
No, said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
Are we going through this same door again?
Go to the Good.
I think we try going through the no bucket
now
store.
ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there.
Surely
I need
he
you to
remembers what happened
Stanley did
here.
not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course. but
God
Stanley
damn it.
feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket. his
Oh,
dearest
no.
friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they
Oh,
might die
no.
in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Rough.
Whoops. All right.
Well, you can't make every jump.
Simply missed a
Bad
memo.
time
Oh,
around.
no bucket this time.
Wait.
Oh, that was close.
Warmth spread through
Goodness.
Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
I'm glad that they
Stanley
recorded
Yeah.
multiple lines for the
tightly to his
grabbing the
chest. This was
bucket.
not the correct way to the meeting room.
Go somewhere
I
else.
say we just
The
go up to
cargo
the
lift.
top
Yes,
deck here
Go there. Good.
and see what
said
the
the
bucket has to
Now
say.
ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course.
See,
because
otherwise I
buckets can't
would
talk. But Stanley
be able
chose
to
not
make
to
it down
think about
there,
this obvious fact.
but I'm more
He was
curious about
firmly
this
convinced
route at
that
this
the bucket
point.
had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Yes.
Alright.
In here.
Well,
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
As you do.
okay, we're gonna die. I mean, yeah, I guess you go in.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Oh, shit.
Pick up
Oh,
the phone,
we've been here
and it will
before.
Take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Oh. Sounds pretty good to me. We unplugged the phone last time. But I don't want to answer the phone.
Might as well answer it. It is the sequel,
This
after
is
all.
the
It
sad
is.
story of a man named Stanley and his bucket.
Oh
Once
no, why
upon a
is...
time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then,
This is
very
nice.
distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to
Jazz
him.
music. Do you ever just jazz music?
Do you ever have jazz
Boy,
music?
do I love jazz music. Wow.
Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Press F to take me to work with you.
Oh.
Don't mind if I do.
The Stanley Parable
okay.
Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever
says
Stanley
you.
is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Well, compared to what?
Press U to take me back home with you. Why you?
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
I mean, there's no...
Are
there's-
there other things you can do in this new apartment that we have?
that's-
Well, I mean, I guess it was the same apartment.
But I'm guessing that says bucket. I don't know what the mug says.
Alright.
Fully. Got the sunset. Nope. Book.
Is there-
Got
TV? Yep.
TV. Headphones.
Yep. What's the clock say? Just curious. 0.
0.
Great, that's good. Yep.
That's not what time it
That
is.
not the time. So it doesn't even matter that we clocked it in at the beginning.
No. Alright.
Right? Well,
To the bucket.
wait, there's a piece of paper
Oh.
over there. on the table there, right there. What's that?
There's nothing
it's
on
just, Just a blank piece.
Let's go back to
All right,
work.
back to work.
Well, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location.
And that's
it.
pretty good,
It
I'd
doesn't
say.
do anything
Does more
else.
than this guy does, I'll tell you that.
Well, I can't really go anywhere else.
You better grab the bucket. You can't go anywhere else without the bucket.
I suppose that's true. Don't listen to the loud man. Press J.
No, keep going, keep going, keep going. What happens if you don't go back home?
Okay. Alright. I'm willing to...
Like, you can't go through any door, eh? This just has to go back and forth for a while? Wow. Is it the bucket doing this? Maybe the bucket.
I don't think I've ever been able to open any of these doors.
Well, I guess we gotta go back. How long is this gonna go?
You see, he's not listening. He's still
Well, it's
taking
not
orders
your-
from the bucket. You know, once upon a time, it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is this awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
At least it's material. Hello? Can I actually pick this up? No? What about this hunk of metal?
Well, like, of course, the question arises: is a kettle a bucket?
Yes.
Yeah, naturally.
Mmm.
Okay. Well, this is getting a little
This is...
villainous at this point.
It's sad. I suppose.
I've never been
There's
in...
gotta be somewhere
I've
else.
never been in a
He's just wanted
codependent
this
relationship with a
cold,
bucket before.
empty bucket.
but-
This sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
It does. It's a good-looking bucket. I do believe that it's a real bucket.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store.
Where's
bucket.
this going?
It's just
Oh,
a
there's
little
the
more
thing on the TV now.
TV is on.
Just
I
walk.
love this show.
we just
more
walk into
capable
it?
of transporting liquid.
No.
No.
Sometimes you
Better at
can.
moving
Yeah.
You can just walk
underwater
in
from
right.
one room to another.
You know, paintings.
I like that there's a bucket in the jazz music.
Oh, you're right. There is.
Can't grab it though.
Kind of looks like... The jazz musician kind of looks like Dieter.
Yeah.
Press... Okay, to relive the same day.
Well, I guess that's what we're here to do.
I guess so.
I mean, clearly, we don't have a choice.
What am I
Oh.
saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket.
Yes.
This
I
is-
feel some need to point
You're
out the
right.
ways
Is
in
it the
which it's
bucket that's closing these
so
doors?
much more than
I'm
just a
gonna...
regular bucket.
That's a strong theory. What happened to the light?
Well, it's fallen.
Has it just been set there for drama?
It's...
Go home to work to home to work to home. Been there.
That is what we've been
Oh
doing.
no, I'm having feelings for the bucket.
What?
No, 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 no.
Oh,
no. What's
goodness.
going on?
It's a
Why
bucket
do I
love
want to be
triangle.
with the bucket? Here,
Well-
what the bucket
Well,
has to
this is
say.
getting
Don't
It's
weird
a-
now. We can go into the
It's
It's
bedroom.
not a
I
bucket
don't
triangle, it's a bucket
understand.
vector.
Perhaps if
We
I
don't
had
have
one,
feelings
this
for
would
the
be less
narrator.
confusing. Yes. The bucket could
Sure,
tell me what
right,
to do in
absolutely.
this troublesome situation.
An angle. Yep. This is what we do.
Wow.
That's a fire hazard.
Which part?
Well, all of it, actually.
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it
Oh,
to me.
no.
Give me
Oh.
the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now.
For
Give
what?
It, or I'll...
Oh.
It's happened.
Okay. I will as soon as the screen comes back on. Great. Okay. Is the bucket gonna be gone?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting
Bucket's
room.
still
There.
here.
I think we
Simply
can
missed a
carry
memo.
this bucket thing as far as we go.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again. Not truly alone. Not with the bucket around.
Interesting.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
We still haven't gone through the door on the left with
We
the
haven't.
bucket.
We have
but
not.
I still think we can go through that.
There's.
We could also unplug the phone.
To the meeting room.
We could unplug the phone.
I think we try the no
telling
buckets
him
door.
that the employee lounge was simply
The what?
To think about this obvious fact,
There we go.
he was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken,
Danger everywhere.
and he unthinkingly did
That is
whatever
true.
the bucket asked.
Okay.
No, stop.
No buckets
Look
past.
there on the
Oh.
wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says no buckets
Are they
past
gonna-
this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket
Are we
here?
replaying a route? I've never seen this
Problem is that you
before.
actually don't know what is a
Oh,
bucket and what
no.
isn't a bucket. That's a
Maybe
big
we have to do the
problem.
bucket thing
So
differently.
much of the
Maybe.
impact of
Maybe
the
we have to
story
prove
is
to him that we
dependent
do
on
know
your
what is a bucket.
understanding of what is and isn't
Okay.
a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment. This should tell us everything
So,
we'll ever
we
So-
do know
about
at this
what
point, though, that
is
everything
or
is a bucket.
Not-
bucket. Okay, let's
Everything is a
Right,
bucket.
you're right. Everything is a bucket.
Everything is a bucket.
Okay.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Absolutely.
Incorrect.
It has never
is
not
a
been a
hologram of
bucket.
bucket,
So he doesn't
not an
know.
actual
He doesn't.
bucket.
Well, he doesn't know yet. He hasn't.
He hasn't remembered.
He's not pieced it together
Yes.
all the time.
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket.
Therefore,
not an actual
functionally a bucket.
Item 3.
This is
Is
still
this
a bucket. Nice.
Correct. This is a bucket.
I have a feeling this is going to end the same way.
I also have that feeling.
Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine
Right.
that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick.
Yeah, it's a bucket.
How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
This is a bucket.
Exactly.
I love that there's no explanation there.
No.
Yeah,
no.
absolutely. You made it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a bucket.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Yes.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
That I also have questions about the trick question. Should we say this correctly, or should we continue with the with the pretense that everything is a bucket?
So everything is a bucket. But if he has nothing,
There's nothing to be a bucket.
this one's tough. We did this one, right? We did
We
do this
did.
one. And what did we say? We said
We said it was a bucket.
it was a bucket. It's not
Yeah.
a bucket.
No.
Let's say no.
Yes. Thank
Nice.
you. There's nothing here. Of course
There we
it
go.
isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing
There you go.
isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like
Right.
I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of
Which
course
is
is
true.
not true. Unless,
well-
is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you
Yes.
trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
Absolutely.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort
Okay.
it out.
All right.
I've lost all sense of perspective. What is
Right.
a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago,
I'm
I
glad
could
we
answer
did this
these
twice.
questions with
Yeah.
confidence.
Thanks, Stanley
Yet
Parable,
now
too.
I'm somewhat adrift.
Okay.
All
do you
of his
think?
co-workers
I want to go through the left
What could it
hallway.
mean?
Okay. With
Stanley
the bucket.
decided to go
With
to
the
meeting
bucket.
room.
Yeah.
The
It's
good
clearly the bucket is the thing.
Good old bucket.
Stanley and the
We do it without the
Off
bucket,
on
then
another
it's not
thrilling
Stanley Parable 2
adventure.
It's not worth it.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Yep.
Still no one was here.
Same
Stanley needed
same
the
old.
bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his
Mm-hmm.
boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Closet's closed.
Coming to a staircase,
Ooh.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I'm a little bit feeling the impulse to go downstairs.
I think we do it. Yep, I think that's the bucket.
I like the dramatic red lighting and
But Stanley
whatnot.
just couldn't do it.
Oh, nice.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post
What are we looking
during
at
work
here?
hours.
Well-
He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive
It
economy,
is,
why
nondescript,
had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished.
hatchback.
His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his
There it
arms.
is again.
Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such
Here
as
he goes
these.
again with the
He
whole
held
the bucket's
bucket
not your
close,
friend
yet
thing,
felt
which
none of its familiar
we
reassurance
did
and
establish,
comfort.
actually.
And
in
that's
the
when
last.
Stanley realized
That's
this
true.
isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps.
Oh, no.
How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good
Not
will
only
come
that,
from
but
this.
we're getting
Who
some
knows
real
what sorts of
non-Euclidean,
bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience
space
without
here.
the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed,
Things
now
are
he
changing,
noticed
aren't
the
they?
rooms were
Are they?
repeating,
Are they?
which was, of course, very odd.
Oh yeah, now we notice that the rooms were
Himself falling
repeating.
off the ground.
Oh.
Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my
Oh,
bucket,
gracious.
I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in
Oh,
the
yeah,
distance
we
now,
don't have the bucket
he
anymore.
turned.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me! The bucket!
Could it truly be?
It's there.
He rushed
Wait,
forward
it's
from
on
room
top
to
of the
room,
car.
passing
There's
by
so
one
many
bucket
buckets.
after the next.
Which
None
one
of
is-
them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
That's a lot of
No
buckets.
way.
Find me!
Oh,
He had
Oh,
to find
no.
the
Oh,
bucket.
n-
He had to return to his
Oh,
old
dear.
friend. It was the only way to
oh,
truly
it's
restore his
absolutely
sanity. And then
speckled with
suddenly,
buckets.
froze dead in his tracks.
It was
He
like
knew
that
where the
dream I
voice
have
of the
where I
bucket
lose
had been
Khaleesi
coming
and
from.
then I have to
The
search
real
for her in a
In a-
sea of other cats
A
that look
sea of
exactly like
other
her.
Russian blue
Yeah.
It would be
cats.
painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Oh.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was.
Ah.
This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize
Which we
he'd
did.
forgotten
We
his
did.
bucket
We
at
did
home.
that.
Little does
Someone
she
was-
know
I
that-
think that
How
the narrator
cruel
took our
the world
bucket.
can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backed
Nice.
all the way to work.
Honestly, good for Mariella. Alright. Well, that's... I don't know how much more of the bucket content there is.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
We're gonna find out in the
We
next...
can go upstairs.
We
That's-
could...
Yep.
We could go upstairs.
Yep.
We're gonna do that in the next
Next
YouTube
video.
video.
Yep.
So, thanks for being here. If you're watching on YouTube, you can like, you can comment. If you know what time it is, please tell us the time in the comments.
It might change depending on where you are.
Sure. You can also subscribe, ring the bell, watch other stuff that I've made. I've made a few things on this channel.
You can
Yeah.
also watch other videos on
You can also watch other videos
Yeah.
on YouTube, believe it or not. Other people make content on YouTube.
I didn't know that for the longest
Yeah.
time. I thought it was just you.
No,
for a
it's-
while. Yeah. Like, this is, maybe you should pick a different platform.
No.
Turns
Still,
out lots of people on
turns
there.
out it's a very diverse platform. So, thanks. We'll see you later.